Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Sarah Rhythm, a student of Sri Venkateshwara College of Engineering under the Department of Information Science and Engineering. Today, we'll be learning about non-conventional sources of energy. The contents of the presentation are non-conventional source of energy, why do we need it, types of non-conventional energy sources, advantages, disadvantages, and conclusion. Non-conventional sources of energy. Non-conventional sources of energy are the energy sources which are continuously replenished by natural processes. These cannot be exhausted easily and can be generated constantly so that it can be used again and again. Natural resources like winds, tides, solar, biomass, etc. generate energy which is known as non-conventional resources. These are pollution-free and hence we can use these to produce a clean form of energy without any wastage. Now, why do we need non-conventional energy resources? There is a need to secure the energy supply for future, since the prices of gas and oil keep increasing by each passing day. So we need to use more and more renewable sources of energy. Renewable resources provide energy in important areas like electricity generation, water heating or cooling, transporting, rural development. Types of non-conventional resources. They include solar energy, wind energy, tidal energy, geothermal energy, and biomass. The first comes solar energy. Solar energy is harnessed by converting solar energy directly into electrical energy in solar plants. Solar energy is an essential energy of all non-conventional resources, but its usage amount is very less. It is the most important non-conventional resources of energy and it gives non-polluting environment-friendly output and its availability is abundance. Uses of solar energy. Solar cooker. Solar cooker directs the solar heat into secondary reflector inside the kitchen, which focuses the heat to the bottom of the cooking vessel. It has a covering of a glass plate. They are applicable widely in areas of the developing world where deforestation is an issue and financial resources to purchase fuels are not much. The next is solar heater. A solar heater also uses solar energy to heat water instead of using gas or electricity. Solar photovoltaic system. A solar cells use solar power to generate electricity from the sun. It absorbs sunlight efficiently and separates charge, that is electrons from holes, creates an electrical current and voltage when illuminated, acts like a battery under sunlight. Next comes wind energy. Wind energy describes a process by which the wind is used to generate electricity. As the wind increases, power output increases up to the maximum output of the particular turbine. Wind turbines are used to make electricity. Wind farms prefer areas where winds are stronger and constant and are generally located at high altitudes. There is no pollution cost because no fossil fuels are burned to generate electricity. One of India's largest windmill farms is in Kanyakumari, which generates 380 milliwatts of electricity. The next is biomass energy. Biomass is the organic matter that originates from plants, animals, wood, sewage. These substances burn to produce heat energy which then generates electricity. The chemical composition of biomass varies in different species, but generally biomass consists of 25% of lignin, 75% of carbohydrates or sugar. Biomass energy is also applicable for cooking, lighting, and electrical generation. The residue left after the removal of biogas is a good source of manure. Biomass is an important energy resource, contributing to more than 14% of the global energy supply. The main biomass sources are forestry crops and residues, agricultural crops and residues, sewage, industrial residues, animal residues, municipal solid waste. Coming to tidal energy. Tidal energy is produced by the surge of ocean waters during the rise and fall of tides. Tidal energy is a renewable source of energy. In areas where the sea experiences waves and tides, we can generate electricity using tidal power. How does tidal energy work? In simple terms, a tidal energy works via a turbine, with blades rotating 12 to 18 times a minute, depending on tide strength. The turbine is connected to a gearbox that turns a generator, creating electricity. Coming to geothermal energy. Geothermal energy is the heat energy that we get from hot rocks present in the Earth's crust. So geothermal wells release greenhouse gases trapped within the Earth, but these emissions are much lower per energy unit than the fossil fuels. This energy generally involves low running costs since it saves 80% on fossil fuels. Due to this, there is an increase in the use of geothermal energy. It helps in reducing global warming and does not create pollution. The advantages of non-conventional sources of energy. Renewability. These energies are renewable, meaning they can be replenished naturally and will not run out. Cost effective. These resources of energies produce little to no carbon emissions, making them a cleaner and more sustainable option for generating power. Widely available. These resources of energy are widely available and can be harnessed from almost anywhere, making them accessible to many regions and countries. Diversification. These resources of energy provide an opportunity to diversification of energy resources, reducing dependence on any one of the resource of energy and increasing overall energy security. The disadvantages of non-conventional sources of energy. Weather dependency. Non-conventional sources of energy such as solar and wind power rely heavily on the weather, which can make it difficult to generate consistent and reliable power. High initial investment. The investment required to set up non-conventional energy systems can be quite high, which may not be feasible for some individuals or organizations. Inefficient storage. These energy sources are often generated in large amounts during peak times, but storage options for this excess energy may not be efficient or cost-effective. Limited capacity. These sources of energy have a limited capacity when compared to conventional sources such as coal and natural gas, which can limit their overall potential. Environmental impact. These energy sources can also have negative environmental impacts such as large-scale hydroelectric dams that can cause habitat destruction and displace local communities. The conclusion of the presentation is, as the fossil fuels are one of the biggest pollutants on the earth, demand for the non-conventional sources is developing. These sources not only instigate greenhouse effects but also produce the dependence on oil and gas. Therefore, in order to meet the energy demand of the increasing population, the scientists are developing methods for us to tap into various non-conventional sources of energy, which are not only renewable but also non-polluting. Thank you. Please do like, share and subscribe the video if you liked it.